Good evening and thank you for being here at the American with Liver Foundation Cuisine for a Cause, an at-home culinary gala. We're so glad you're here. My name is Tom Stebbins. I have the absolute pleasure of being your MC this evening. And we came together tonight for one reason, and that's to support the American Liver Foundation and its mission to promote education, advocacy, support services, and research for the prevention, treatment, and cure of liver disease. And we do it for the 100 million people who are living with or at risk for liver disease. Tonight, we have an opportunity to come together to create a positive impact and raise critical funds for the American Liver Foundation and have a positive impact on the liver community. To date, Cuisine for a Cause has raised over $170,000. And tonight, we hope we can raise $45,000. Now, those of you who were with me and so many others in New York City just a few years ago, we did $45,000 that night. So I hope we can do it tonight as well. So you can help us reach our goal by clicking on that button. Click that little donate button and you can help do it. I see donations have already come in. Kim and John, White and the Steamboat Stones, you guys have already donated. Thank you so much. And for those of you who haven't, you can just click that little donate button and be a part of the support tonight. So I also want to let you know that we have a live auction. You can do, or not a live auction, a silent auction that is open online. There is so much cool stuff there. If you haven't checked stuff, there is trips, there's cuisine, there is an amazing stuff. I myself put it in a bin. I'm very excited and I hope you do too. The auction will close tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So get your bids in now. And in a few minutes, we will test your liver knowledge by playing a fun game of liver trivia. So you could watch a cooking show, you could watch Jeopardy, or you can do both right here, cooking show and trivia. It's all happening here, and it will enter you into a contest to win a $45 Visa gift card. And to bid on the auction or to purchase a raffle ticket for your chance to win an Apple iPad, or to participate in the liver trivia, grab your cell phone. This is done easiest on the cell phone. Grab your cell phone and text Cuisine21 to 76278. There it is right there on the screen. Cuisine21 to 76278. So we are so grateful for our participating chefs who made all this happen, donating their time and talents this evening. Without their support, this spectacular culinary experience would not be possible. And right now, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome an amazing chef with whom we will be spending most of our evening with. Thank you, Gordon Maybury, for volunteering your time to be with us. Chef Gordon, there you are. Hi, he's joining us from Miami.
How are you?
I'm so good. I'm so glad to see you. Joining us from beautiful Miami at the JW Marriott Miami Turnberry Resort and Spa. We will get to you later. I cannot wait. I'm looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
All right. And that is in the silent auction. There is a beautiful Turnberry package. Chef Gordon himself is a part of it. It has a brunch. You got to check it out. It is a great package, and we're going to have a great time with Chef Gordon later. But right now, joining us this evening is the chairman of the board of the American Liver Foundation, Daniel Weil.
Good evening. Thank you all for being here tonight. Without your generous support, this evening would not be possible. I want to personally thank our sponsors for seeing the value the American Liver Foundation provides to the liver community. Thank you to our local Epicurean sponsors, Mayo Clinic, Yale New Haven Health, and Hartford Hospital. Thank you to our local savory sponsor, Pharmaceutical Research and Manufacturers of America. And lastly, I'd like to thank the American Liver Foundation staff for their hard work and dedication to the mission of ALF. Now please join me in watching a few short videos from our generous local Epicurean sponsors.
Yale New Haven Transplant Center has a really extraordinary liver transplant program. We're made up of surgeons, physicians, nurses, and specialists from every field of healthcare that work together collaboratively to create a special environment for patients at their sickest, sometimes even with days left to live, in order to provide life-saving liver transplants.
My name is Glenn Morgan. I'm the Surgical Director of the Liver Transplant Program at Hartford Hospital. On behalf of our entire team here at the Hartford Transplant Center, I'd like to offer my congratulations to the American Liver Foundation on the occasion of the Cuisine for a Cause Gala 2021. The work the American Liver Foundation does in increasing awareness of liver disease across the country is invaluable to our work here in the Transplant Center. And I truly appreciate the partnership we have going forward for liver disease and transplantation and how it helps patients across the country.
Good evening. On behalf of the Mayo Clinic Liver Transplant team, welcome to the American Liver Foundation's Cuisine for a Cause. Let's all remember what this evening is all about. We are here to support and applaud the American Liver Foundation and its efforts to reach and advocate for all patients with liver disease. So please, open your hearts and be generous tonight, knowing your donations will help the ALF achieve the noble mission so that one day all liver diseases can be cured, less patients will need liver transplants, and fewer patients will die while waiting for them. And now, let's join Chef Maybury and Chef Hackman and enjoy this unique virtual culinary experience together. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you to all of our great sponsors. Our last sponsor, I think, said it so well, to help find a cure for every liver disease. I hope you all can help us in that mission tonight. So right now, to help us work up an appetite, like I said, this is going to be part cooking show, part Jeopardy. We are going to do a fun game of trivia. And all you have to do is text Cuisine21 to 7628, and you will see an option listed for liver trivia. Click on that. All of our trivia presenters this evening have a close connection to liver disease, and we thank them for volunteering their time. Now, as a reminder, every question you answer correctly, you will be entered into a drawing for a $45 Visa gift card, good as cash. You can use it anywhere, and the winner will be announced on Monday live on Facebook. You will also receive an email announcement if you are the winner. So remember, text Cuisine21 to 76278 to participate. Now, on to our first question.
Hi everyone, I'm Sophie Hansen, your 2021 Cuisine Liver Champion. You'll learn more about my story in a little bit, but I'm here to kick off our trivia section of the night. Your first question is, what do liver function tests measure? A, red blood cells, B, white blood cells, C, enzymes, or D, both A and B? The correct answer is C, enzymes.
Hi, I'm Baron Chistammer, and I'm one of your local liver champions. I'm co-chair of the Minnesota Board of Directors, and I've been a volunteer for over 10 years. I want to thank each and every one of you for your continued support of the American Liver Foundation. Your next question is, Superman is the man of Steel, but if your liver is retaining copper, you may have this. A, Wilson disease, B, Gilbert syndrome, C, hepatic encephalopathy, D, NASH. The correct answer is A, Wilson disease.
The helpline at the American Liver Foundation receives over 10,000 inquiries each year. We receive contacts from people around the country and around the world who are looking for information about liver disease, liver wellness, and related resources. When these folks call us, what number are they using? Is it A, 1-800-NO-CIRRHOSIS? Is it B, 1-800-GO-LIVER? Is it C, 1-800-NO-NAFLD? Or is it D, 1-800-GO-ENZYME? The answer is B, 1-800-GO-LIVER.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm one of your local liver champions. I was diagnosed with autoimmune hepatitis when I was 17 years old. About 5 years ago, I was diagnosed with primary sclerosing cholangitis. On February 2nd, I received a living donor transplant. My donor is Sophie Long, a courageous 25-year-old runner who I'll never be able to thank enough. I'd also like to thank the transplant team at Yale, especially my surgeon, Dr. David Mulligan, my hepatologist, Dr. Kim Tao, and my other hepatologist, Dr. James Boyer. My trivia question for tonight is, the liver is part of what system in the body? Is it A, respiratory, B, endocrine, C, digestive, or D, cardiovascular? The answer is C, digestive. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Todd and one of your liver champions. My story began 11 years ago. I just didn't feel right, and I attributed my symptoms to being a high school administrator working with teenagers with boundless energy. But after further medical evaluation, I was shocked to learn that I had primary sclerosing cholangitis, a genetically linked, incurable liver disease. For the next 10 years, I learned more about liver diseases, and my Denver doctors worked closely with me on how to manage my disease. But in 2020, my symptoms escalated, and I was told that I was developing bile duct cancer and that I needed a liver transplant. My Denver doctors referred me to Mayo Clinic, and I was further evaluated by the amazing Dr. Akel and his stellar liver transplant team. They developed a treatment plan for me that included twice-a-day radiation and chemotherapy, and the treatment plan was successful, and I was activated on the transplant list. I am delighted to share that 5 weeks ago, I received a life-saving liver transplant. Like so many others, this has profoundly changed my life, and by the grace of God, I now look forward to extended life and I have hopes and dreams for the future. And now, to continue, your next question is, what is the function of bile ducts? Is it A, to produce bile, or B, to transport bile, C, to break down bile, or D, they have nothing to do with bile? And the correct answer is B, to transport bile. Thank you for playing along.
Hey everyone, we're the Hutchinson family, and this is Teddy, one of your local liver champions. Teddy, at 7 months old, was diagnosed with hepatoblastoma, which is a liver cancer, and after many rounds of chemo and a very successful surgery, he's like a normal 1.5-year-old that you have to keep distracted in order to be able to keep on camera. Anyway, we have a question for you guys. If your cuisine is contaminated, you may contract this. Is it A, hepatitis A, B, hepatitis B, C, hepatitis C, or D, autoimmune hepatitis? The correct answer is A, hepatitis A. Thanks, Teddy.
My name is Alan Durr, a member of the National Board of Directors for the American Liver Foundation, also the father of a son who was born with biliary atresia and eventually required a living donor transplant. And my son Jeff is doing very well these days. He and his wife Chelsea are the proud parents of a 1-year-old healthy baby boy, Bradley. And thank you for participating this evening. Our next question is, if you are in a clinical trial, you are testing A, drugs, B, treatments, C, both, or D, neither. And the answer is C. You're testing both, drugs and treatments if you're in a clinical trial. Thank you.
Hello, my name is John Bayu, and I'm the Vice Chair of the American Liver Foundation's Associate Board of Young Professionals. I invite you to join us at our next virtual event, Puzzles and Corks, on May 15th. The event will feature an evening of wine tasting and problem solving. We will start the evening by tasting wine from around the world before embarking on a high-stakes mission to save the internet from crashing. Working in small teams, we will race through clues, puzzles, and a range of challenges to be the first to solve all the problems and beat the other teams to the finish line. For more information on this event, visit alfevents.org/puzzlesandcorks. That's alfevents.org/puzzlesandcorks, all spelled out. Funds raised by Associate Board Events help further the mission of the American Liver Foundation. Before you can save the internet from crashing at Puzzles and Corks, however, I have the distinct pleasure of presenting your next trivia question. The United States was founded in 1776. In what year was the American Liver Foundation founded? A, 1777, B, 1996, C, 1967, or D, 1976. And the correct answer is D, 1976. Congrats to everyone who got that right, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
1976. That is my birthday. That means it is also the 45th anniversary of the American Liver Foundation, and we are trying to get to $45,000 tonight. And I know we're eager to start cooking, but before I turn the mic over to Chef Maybury, I want to introduce you to our mission speaker, Sophie Hansen, as she shares her heartfelt story with us.
Hi, my name is Sophie Hansen. I'm 18 years old and I live in Salt Lake City, Utah. I was diagnosed with 2 liver diseases when I was 3 years old, called primary sclerosing cholangitis and autoimmune hepatitis. I was at the hospital being treated for something completely different, and they discovered my liver numbers were elevated. So I underwent more testing and was diagnosed. Both diseases are primarily autoimmune, meaning that my immune system basically attacks the cells of my liver, which over time causes inflammation, fibrosis, cirrhosis, and ultimately liver failure. For about 8 years, my liver disease was managed well with medications and my symptoms were pretty minimal. But when I was 11 years old, I underwent liver transplant evaluation and was put on the transplant list because my disease was progressing. And I was really lucky that I was able to do most everything I wanted, even with my disease progressing and my symptoms worsening. I was still able to go to school, and I've always been very active, so I was a competitive figure skater. So after over 4 years on the transplant list, I got the call for a new liver, and I had my transplant the next day on New Year's Eve.
Happy New Year! Good night. Sleep
and my surgeons were able to split the liver in two because the liver regenerates. They were able to save 2 lives that day, and the other part of the liver went to a 21-month-old boy with biliary atresia. Getting to connect with his family and watch him grow up healthy, that was a really cool part of my story. So I'm hoping to graduate from college in the next few years and then apply to and attend medical school. I'm really interested and invested in advancing treatments and increasing knowledge of medicine and specifically liver disease so we can get closer to ALF's mission of a world without liver disease. ALF is just the best organization. They're so wonderful and everyone who works there is incredible. They provide so many resources for liver patients and families and caregivers, and it means so much to me and my family and everyone else I know in the liver community. I'm extremely grateful and honored to have the opportunity to be a part of this incredible virtual Cuisine for a Cause event.
ALF is just the best organization. Thank you, Sophie, for sharing your story with us. As I said before, we are trying to raise tonight $45,000. And through our various platforms, we have more than 450 people with us tonight. So if everybody gave $100 right now, we would hit our goal. And we would be closer to the real goal, which is a world without liver disease. But as Sophie said, the American Liver Foundation provides so many services to people like Sophie. I couldn't believe it. They saved 2 lives that day. And so many of the trivia people, their lives were saved by some of the work that the American Liver Foundation does. And I see we already have Rhonda and Bashar gave $500. Cynthia and Bill Kemp came in at $100. If all of you folks watching tonight, just hit that donate button and hit $100, we would hit our goal. You can make the contribution in honor of someone you know with liver disease. You can make it in honor of the people who treat liver disease. You could make it in honor of some of those who may not have won their fight with liver disease. You could do it in honor of the chef, whomever you want to, but I hope that you can give tonight. $5,000 helps cover the cost of ALF's community education, which leading medical experts answer questions about liver disease. And you can imagine for people who have questions at that time when they're diagnosed, they need that help. $2,500 helps create new ALF informational web pages on rare liver conditions. $1,000 helps screen 10 individuals for fibrosis and cirrhosis. $1,000 does that. $500 pays for an ALF educational brochure to be translated into 2 languages to meet the needs of diverse communities. And I want to thank the Anna Hughes Freund, I hope I got that right, for your gift of $500. I want to thank Rob and Stella Armstrong for your gift of $100. I also want to say that $250 pays for a social media advertisement that will reach 1,000 people with important information about liver cancer risk factors. And I want to thank Amy Greenbaum for giving $250. Thank you, Amy. Ann Catalano, thank you, Ann Catalano, for giving $100 tonight, because $100 helps pay for 4 people to find clinical trials appropriate for their condition. And those trials are so important as we reach for a cure. And finally, $50 helps cover the cost of a support group session for liver patients and their families. And even just $20 allows our helpline to take the next call. So I hope that all of you can give tonight. I'm seeing gifts coming in from Ann Catalano, Robin Stella Armstrong, Cynthia and Bill Kemp, Rhonda and Bashar. But I hope that you all out there tonight can hit that donate button and give and help people like Sophie in her mission, in her life, it's like a full circle, right? Her life was saved, and now she wants to go to college. She wants to go to med school, and she wants to continue the work that I know many of you are doing out there. I know many of you who I met at the New York Gala 2 years ago. You're doing some of this incredible work, and you can support someone like Sophie to continue that work, to continue your mission. So I hope we see more donations come in. How close are we? Our goal right now is 25,000. We are at 4,485. Guys, I know that you all can do better than that. I know Ann Catalano has done better than that. I know Rob and Stella, you have Cynthia and Bill, Rhonda and Bashar, David Ticker, who writes, "Go Liver." David, I suspect you did pretty good on the trivia that asked, what is it? What's the call number or the website? But Go Liver, I absolutely love it. David Ticker, thank you for your contribution. The Steamboat Stones, and I know that we heard from one of our trivia people who said that they were in Denver. I don't know if Steamboat Stones, you guys are in Steamboat, Colorado, but thank you for your gift of $360 tonight. Thank you to John and Kim Whitekin. I hope I got that right, for your $200 gift tonight. And Michelle Martin comes in at $100. Thank you so much, Michelle. And Wayne Withrow. Wayne, you're in at $100. Tom and Marjorie Nealon coming in at $1,000. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much, Tom and Margie. I hope I'm saying that right. It has a J, and I've never seen that. But that's super cool that you guys gave 1,000 tonight, and that puts us 1,000 closer to our goal. I cannot thank you all enough. I'm so excited for all these donations coming in, and I hope that you out there who may be watching this sitting and getting ready to see Chef Maybury and do our cooking demonstration, before you do that, wipe the chicken off your hands, clean them up, and click that donate button and donate $100. Like I said, we have over 450 on tonight. If every one of you beautiful people out there gave $100 tonight, we would hit our goal. I just want to see if we have anybody else. Michelle Martin, you are our last donor at $100. Thank you so much, Michelle. So I want to move on now. I want to thank you all for your generosity. We will continue this donations. We will be accepting donations all throughout the night. I hope that if you donate, I'll see it, because I just saw Jim Boyer coming in at $250. Thank you so much, Jim. That's exactly what I mean. We're going to be taking these donations all night long. We are at 5,900 of our goal of 25,000. Guys, we need your support to hit our goal. And I hope that those of you who have not yet, I hope that you consider donating tonight. So every amount makes a difference too. If $20, Marina, Torio, you're coming in at $50. That's wonderful. Even a gift of $5 helps cover the cost of a toolkit for individuals who are considering becoming a liver donor. And as we've heard tonight, there's people's lives who've been saved. And imagine if it was just $5 that somebody needed to get the information that could save a life, and you can help provide that money tonight. So without further delay, I am so thrilled to start our cooking demonstration now. And we hope, and the Kodalai family came in at 100. See, this is what I'm talking about. I love these donations. I'm going to be keeping my eye on this all night, but I am right now ready to move on to our cooking demonstration. And it is my absolute pleasure to welcome superstar chef Gordon Maybury, coming to you right now from Miami. How are you, Gordon?
Good. How are you? Thank you so much.
I'm great. We've so far at over $6,000. I hope that we can get to our $25,000. We're pretty far away from it right now, but hopefully with your superstar chef skills, we'll get there.
We got to keep going, right? Keep donating, everyone. It's a great cause.
Absolutely. So tell us about what we're cooking tonight.
We're cooking an amazing meal that was sent in by these great, amazing people at HelloFresh, it's spectacular. You got your box, you open it all up. It's an amazing product. It's really an amazing product. So we're going to do a Parmesan crusted chicken with couscous, carrots, and there's some other flavors in there as well. So it's excellent. So we're going to get started. So we'll do a little bit of prep first. We're going to take the breadcrumbs that was sent in. We're going to empty them into a bowl here. A little bit of Parmesan in there. And a little bit of the hot smoked paprika in there. We'll put a little bit of salt and pepper in there. And then we're going to put a little bit of olive oil in there and just mix that all up to create the nice crust. So we're going to end up...
How much olive oil should we put in?
Just enough till it gets a little bit wet, right? Because you don't want it all to fall off your... Yeah, so you can see that in there, right? You don't want it to fall off your chicken when you start to crust it, right? So...
Now, Chef, I saw that it said pat the chicken dry with paper towels. Why do we do that?
Right. Well, when any of the chicken, when you buy it in the supermarket, it comes in a vacuum packed bag, right? So you've got some juices in there, you've got some maybe blood in there, you've got some of the water that is in there that they've cleaned the chicken off with. So if you don't dry that, if you don't pat that off nice and dry, you're going to end up, it may stick to your sheet pan, it may stick to your tray, and generally then it won't, all of your stuff won't adhere to it properly. So we'll just pat that dry, make sure that's nice and dry, and then we're going to continue on with a little bit of our prep, right? So on the sheet as well, it says in our little pack, we've got lemon, we've got some scallions, we've got some garlic, and this is one of the best tools that you can invest in. It's a microplane, and you can do everything with it. You can do garlic, you can do lemon, you can do all sorts of citrus. But the goal here, we're just going to zest that lemon, and we're going to use that later on because we're going to use that for, once the carrots are finished roasting, we're going to use that to add some flavor into the carrots. We could also add some of this into the couscous if we wanted. We could also add some other citrus in if you have something around, if you have lime, if you have lemon. And the goal when you're using this, Tom, just make sure you just go down to the, you just want that outer layer off. Once you get too far in. Now, why is that, Chef? Because once you start to get past what I've done there, really, and you get down to the white, too far into the white, it becomes bitter, very bitter, and you don't want that.
And if you don't have a microplane zester, what could you use a box grater?
You can if you use the very fine one, or you can use a peeler and you can just peel off, and then you can just slice it up or dice it up.
Now, there might be some people out there who are vegetarians or gluten-free. Could you do this vegetarian or gluten-free?
You certainly can. You could, instead of the chicken, you could use a great cauliflower steak.
What's a cauliflower steak, Chef? That's not a real thing.
It is a real thing. You take the whole head of cauliflower and you just cut it into nice big steaks, and then you do the exact same thing that you would do. You season it. You don't have to pat it dry. That's the only difference. But you season it up. You put it onto your baking tray, and then you put that same topping on and roast it in the oven the exact same way. And instead of chicken, you got this amazing, beautiful cauliflower steak.
And totally vegetarian, low calorie. I love it.
Yeah, amazing. We're going to go ahead and do some of the other prep. We're going to peel the carrots.
Okay, I peeled my carrots already. But what am I doing with this lemon zest again? Where's the lemon zest go?
Just keep the lemon zest in a little container. You're going to keep the lemon zest because we're going to use it later on the carrots. So it can just stay in a container like that. And then you have the rest of the lemon, you can just cut into quarters. We can use that either for a little bit of juice later, or we can use it for a garnish for the dish. at the end of as we're plating up.
I see you're doing the peeling the carrots right now. Can you do anything with carrot peels, or are they just compost? I mean, does that just go in the trash?
You can take it and you can put it into the oven and you can make vegetable ash.
Vegetable ash? What is vegetable ash, Jeff? I've never heard of this.
What the hell would I do with vegetable ash? What you can do any trimming.
Exactly.
Right? So you take your carrot peelings, or you take your parsnip peelings, or you take any of that and you toast it in the oven till it's charred. And then you can crumble it, you can mix it with salt and pepper, you could coat steaks with it, you could coat chicken with it. You just get this amazing aromatic vegetable, and a lot of the flavor is in the outside of the vegetables.
Yeah, my wife, she likes her carrots without unpeeled, and I think she's crazy. But she's gonna love that.
When you take the baby carrots as well, and you can just wash them and then just toss them off in some olive oil, salt, pepper, and roast them, you get an amazing flavor. But these ones, you will just peel them down a little bit. But yeah, if you want to do that vegetable ash, it's pretty fun.
Very cool. And you know what is also very cool, Chef, is I'm so excited to announce that the Jameson family has donated $1,000 tonight. Jameson family, thank you all so much. We cannot thank you enough. Really appreciate it. And for those of you who haven't yet, I hope that you hit that donate button and give. And don't forget tonight that you can go into the raffle. Get in the raffle for the iPad. Don't forget about that. We'll do the drawing on Monday, but you'll get an email if you win the drawing. So there it is, the silent auction text Cuisine 21 to 76278. Thank you, wonderful producer out there. So we'll take it back to Chef. I just wanted to shout out the Jameson family. Thank you, Jamesons. Really means.
Thank you. So with the
Chef,
scallions,
there was a little break there.
We took the end off the scallion, and again, that could go into your roasting off for your vegetable ash. And we're just going to julienne this up here now, or slice it up finely, and we're going to use this as a little garnish later on this evening.
Chef, I see that you and most chefs, you cut this on the bias, which on the bias basically is diagonal, right?
Yes. You just get a nicer, more elegant cut than if you were to just cut it straight.
So it's just a little fancier.
A little bit fancy, right?
Okay, that sounds good. And we're going to keep the white parts and the green parts separate here, yeah?
Yeah, we're going to use the white parts with the garlic, and we're going to put that into the couscous, and we're going to use the green part later on. We're going to use the green for just garnish at the end of the dish.
Just realizing, Chef, that the word bias is like slanted. And if something is biased, right, it's slanted, both ideologically and cooking-wise. I never connected those two words. We expect nonpartisan scallion slices, everybody.
How are you getting on?
So
You're good?
I've got the green, I've got the whites, and you're doing the carrots now. So I've got my carrots.
We're just going to cut down into we'll cut the end off, and then we're just going to cut them in half so that we just have a piece like that. If you cut yours up already?
I did.
Perfect, yeah.
I cheated.
Okay. And we can cut, if you want to get fancy.
Oh, look at you. I'm legally obligated to tell you all to be careful out there. This is a highly trained professional who has very sharp knives, and our knives
make sure that you make sure that you cut down, when we're cutting on these, we're making sure that we're cutting down.
Curl those fingers, kung fu fingers, everybody. Yeah. Keep the kung fu fingers so you don't slice them off.
That's it.
Hey,
right?
Janine Cotillo. No, Janine, not Janine. Jean Cotillo just gave $100. Thank you, Jean. And thank you for that message. Gene wrote, "Thank you, ALF. Really appreciate that message." And there might be more to it. Thank you, ALF, for all that you do. I love it. Gene, thank you so much. Thank you for all that you do, which includes donating tonight. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Gene. And for those of you who haven't tonight, please do. Like I said, all we need is everybody out there to donate $100 tonight. And if you do, we will hit our goal. It's the 45th anniversary, and between us and the other feed, we're trying to get to 45,000, and I hope that we can get there tonight. But I want to thank Gene. And if you can give, I will definitely give you a shout out on this feed. So please do. So back to Gordon right now. Gordon, where are we at?
Good. We have those carrots cut up. You have some done from earlier, right?
I do, yeah.
So we got the carrots. So then we're just going to take that in a bowl or on the tray. We're just going to drizzle a little olive oil in there. We're going to do a little bit of salt and pepper.
Okay. Now, I always notice when I see chefs on TV, they put their thumb over the olive oil, and that just seems very
well,
not sanitary.
You want to really control it. You don't want too much coming out, because you don't want to end up deep frying in your oven.
I see. So that's why they do it. They I don't know. It's not for me. I just tilt it slightly until it starts coming out.
Right.
So we're tossing
Maybe
this a little salt and pepper.
Right.
Now, Chef, I imagine that you have big time feelings on pepper that isn't from a pepper grinder.
I mean, anything that is any spices are much better freshly ground. So when you get ground pepper, the minute you open that and unseal it, the air starts to get out and it starts to lose its flavor. So if you have the whole peppercorns as you're freshly grinding, you just get a better product.
Chef, at home, do you have any grinders that don't have pepper, that have something else?
Not so. I have a spice grinder. It's like a coffee grinder, so you can toast any items, put them in there, and you just grind it right up. So it also,
cool.
If you don't clean it out, it adds some bizarre flavors to your coffee. But so you just got to be careful on that.
This coffee tastes like cumin. Yeah,
So-
my wife, she got for me grinders. One had fennel seed, one had coriander, one had cumin seed, and I use them all the time. Absolutely great. Wonderful gift for those of you looking for this.
Yeah, and if you toast them off, let them cool down, put them into that, it's amazing.
So the toast really brings out the flavors of those spices.
Yeah, you start to really bring out the flavors. It dries out the water, so it's really really enhances the flavors.
Very cool. Oh, I've got another donation. Gina and Bob Policino did not indicate how much they donated, but Gina and Bob, thank you so much. I hope I got your name right, Gina and Bob Policino. But thank you guys so much for donating. And thank you for giving me a perfect example to everybody at home. You don't have to say how much you give. That's fine. As long as you do give. As long as you open your heart tonight for the American Liver Foundation, because that's what it's all about. So back to Chef. Chef, where are we at now? We're doing the chicken, right?
We're doing the chicken, so we just put the chicken onto the baking sheet.
Okay.
We're going to season that with a little salt and pepper.
Got it.
So once we have that done, we're going to take a little bit of the sour cream that was in that packet from HelloFresh.
Now, Chef, do you have a trick for when you do chicken and then you have handling your spice grinder? Do you wash your spice grinder a lot? You're like pepper shaker? I never know what to do. I feel like my pepper shaker's got chicken on it.
Or you got to put the chicken on, wash your hands is probably the better way. But yeah.
And so now we're putting on that sour cream there in this little packet. Why does sour cream always come in these packets? I don't understand.
But it's amazing from HelloFresh. I mean, you open that box and you have everything imaginable.
It's very cool. This is my first time doing it, and so I'm very excited. So I'm putting the sour cream on the chicken, spreading
Once
it
that's
around.
on, then yep, and then you're going to take that topping that you made, and you're just going to spread that and mound that nicely on top.
Okay. I just realized I got to start my oven. I should have done that at the beginning.
Yeah. It's gonna take a little bit longer, but
we'll add a little extra time for me, but you'll have it beautiful on your end, and you're going to be the demo, which is probably for the best because yours is going to look way better.
so then we're just gonna, once we have that on, it'll just look like this here. So, right, so it's on, it's ready to go in, and we're just gonna go right into the oven now. So I'm lucky here, I'm working with the Rationale. We have a probe in here. So with this, I'm going to be able to put this right into the chicken and set the temperature.
So, Chef, tell me, what got you into cooking? What was the dish that really did it for you?
I used to cook in Ireland. I grew up in Ireland, and I used to go with my mom, with my grandmother. We used to go to the market every day. So every day would be a fresh cooked meal. And so just from sort of farm to table, I guess is what we call it here today. But that was just a way of life and a way of growing up for me.
Very cool. I know right here where I am in New York, the big thing is ramps, which is like a scallion, right? It's very similar to a scallion. You ever had ramps?
Yeah, amazing. They come into, they're right, it should be right in season right about now.
Oh, they are, and it is glorious.
Yeah. They are.
Do you get ramps down south?
We do. We do.
Very cool. And you have to, they're wild. You don't grow them, right? They're wild.
Yeah, they're wild, and that's one of those things that when you start to see them coming in, spring is coming in, you got ramps, you got peas, you got fiddlehead ferns, you got, just, especially in somewhere like New York after coming out of a long winter, these explosions of amazing
Chef. You guys have beautiful weather all year long.
We had one cold week, maybe.
One cold week. Cry me a river. Well, I'm going to put this in I didn't preheat my oven. That's on me. Maybe some people at home are like that, but I'm going to throw this in the oven right now.
It'll come up pretty quickly, I think, that oven. You should be good.
Yeah, but I can hear it cranking. I didn't want the sound to mess with things. I still know that Gina and Bob Policino, you were our last donor. I hope that we can get more donors tonight. We have a long way to go to our goal, guys, so I hope that you can give tonight. Support people like Sophie, who her life was really saved by the liver transplant that she got, and now she is going to go on and save some lives. And I hope you all at home will help us save some lives, because that's what it's all about, man. We talked about all the different things, the various contribution levels that can support all the various activities of the American Liver Foundation. But the most important thing is that all of those activities go to help save lives with people with liver disease, with people at risk for liver disease. And you can help those people tonight. So I hope that as your chicken is cooking and as we're there, that you do that. I also hope that you go to text Cuisine 21 to 7628 to get in the raffle, to get in the silent auction. Lots of cool stuff there. And if you're in the raffle, you have a chance to win an iPad. So back to Chef Maybury, because I think we're on to our next dish. What do we got, Chef?
So we're going to do the couscous now, right? So they sent in, pretty cool, it's Israeli couscous. So it's actually a type of pasta. So
Wait, it's a type of what?
It's a type of pasta.
It's
so
pasta.
It's beautiful, right?
So what, couscous is just pasta?
It's a wheat, yeah.
Huh.
And there's some different ones. There's an Israeli couscous. You have fregola, that is like an Italian pasta. That is, it's excellent.
But it's not like a grain on its own, like farro or barley. It's its own thing. It's like
and there's a lot of wheat in it. So if you were gluten free, then you can use quinoa or something else.
Okay, good to know.
Quinoa is an excellent grain that is gluten free
and high in protein, they say.
Yes. So in the recipe card, it says just to put this into boiling water. But to me, again, I'm a big fan of toasting any of these type of things because you just get a different flavor, a much nuttier flavor. So what I recommend, into a pan, we're going to put some olive oil and we're going to just let that heat up.
Chef, this is a total twist on what we had in here, the toasting. I love it. I got to get a special pan for your special thing. Hold on.
So again, like we talked about earlier, you're good? Awesome.
I'm good.
And I think once you get that, again, toasting any of these, it creates a little bit of a different flavor. It brings out the nuttiness. So where you can...
And you put oil in there, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're kind of frying this. This isn't just toasting. We're almost frying this.
Yeah, I mean, you just want to bring out, you're going to take, and you can do it in a straight pan, but just a little drop of olive oil in there. And once that pan starts to really heat up, just before it smokes, just add that couscous in. You're just going to get it a nice little golden brown.
Okay, I love golden brown. Is there anything that doesn't taste good when it's golden brown? I don't think so.
That's the thing.
So, Chef, we're gonna be waiting on all of this. Tell me, so that's a great tip. Toast your spices. You can toast your couscous. Is it only Israeli couscous that you would toast, or would you also toast a quinoa or a regular couscous?
You're better off if it's a little bit larger. Some of those ones, the quinoa is going to be very hard to do, but you could toast a farro, you could toast a barley. Think about even if you're even doing a risotto, right? If you're sweating off your garlic and your onions, and then you add your rice in there, you want to get that nice and coated with the butter, with the oils, with the flavors in there, and give it a little bit of a toast before you add in your wine or before you add in your warm stock.
Okay. So I see too, we have a couple more donations. We have a couple of anonymous donations. You're both working so hard in the kitchen, giving again. Thank you, Gene. Gene, you donated anonymously, and then you signed it, which is pretty awesome, man. And I know that you gave earlier, but we also have another anonymous donation for 50. We have an anonymous donation for 5, and the 5 is great. As we said, the $5, even $5, pays for the materials that go to a possible liver donor. So thank you so much for your anonymous donation of $5. And I also want to thank Alicia Epich. Go Gordon. Thanks for your tireless dedication to ALF. Gordon getting a shout out for all that you do for ALF. We really appreciate it. And Alicia, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So I'm about to toast my couscous. Here I go.
It's going to end up something like this, right? You can smell the nuttiness. It's just amazing.
Yeah. And it starts to cook fast, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can smell it. Vision, and you guys could smell what's happening right now. I hope it's happening in your kitchen. So now, if I didn't want to use 2 pans, if I'm doing something like this in the future, could I be toasting it in here and then just pour liquid right on there? Or do you need to go into boiling water? That's what you've done.
Yeah.
So I should just pour the water right in there. Okay.
Once it's toasted, pour the water right in and away you go.
Whoa! And does it matter how much water you use?
No, because if it's not quite cooked as you get towards the end, you can always add a little bit more water. And then you've got less to strain off anyway, so that works.
Okay, cool. So that's great. You saved us a pan. You can do the toasting and the boiling in the same spot. Very, very cool. Alicia is still the last donor at 50. We're at 7,500, guys, so far away from our $25,000 goal. I hope that there's more people out there that can give tonight. And I hope that if you're feeling your generous spirit, that you can also hit up the silent auction. The raffle is another thing that you can do by texting Cuisine 21 to 7628. That's where the raffle is. And I hope that one of you beautiful people out there will donate and help us get to our goal tonight. So with that, let's go back to Gordon. Gordon, what's next? We got the couscous boiling.
The couscous is working away. I just took my carrots out of the oven. My oven was nice and hot, and I got them in. But look at those. They came out nice and toasty already. Nice and roasted. Beautiful.
Wow. Okay, look at that. I'll check mine out. Mine are still working, but they're sweating right now. That's what it means when they're sweating. You can kind of see that water coming off of them, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, we're doing this in one pan, but it seems like you've got two pans going. Would you recommend that if you've got two smaller pans so that you can change the timing if you need to?
Or we can use this because there's another step. Once the couscous is done and we're going to strain it off, any of the excess water off that, we have another pan, or we can add it back into there and keep going in the same pan. We're going to add the butter and we're going to toast off or sweat off the whites of the scallion and a little bit of the garlic. I didn't chop up the garlic yet because I was going to use my microplane again to just to grate the garlic right in. It's very good because you know what happens when you're at home. You're at home and you use your cutting board and you use your knife and you chop everything up, and it seems to take forever, many washes, to get that garlic smell out of your cutting board. So I think we'll use that in a few minutes to see what's happening there.
And Chef, do you have a tip for peeling garlic? Because man, it takes a while. Do you got? I mean, or do you just have one of your sous chefs do it?
The easiest thing, if you go to the store, they sell them in jars of peeled garlic.
Of the peeled garlic, so not the chopped stuff, because that chopped stuff looks like cat food. I want no part of that.
It's sometimes not good, but if you buy peeled, it saves. Especially for home, you take the jar, you take one clove out of it. But if you need to peel it, I mean, the easiest thing to do, you just take the heel of the knife and just crush it a little bit. Then that outside sort of the paper will fall off.
Very cool. Well, I want to give a shout out to Kathy Flynn, and I want to give her, Gordon, because she gave you a shout out. She says, shout out to Chef Gordon. You are awesome. Well, you know who's awesome? Kathy Flynn is, for your donation of $50. Thank you, Kathy. We really appreciate it. Now, I am going to get to microplaning my garlic here. And where are we? We're putting this in a different pan. We're putting this in where are we putting the garlic and the scallions here? I lost Chef. He's gone for a second. Well, this is a perfect opportunity for me to remind you guys to hit up the raffle for that iPad. Text Cuisine 21 to 76278 to get that iPad, and also check out all of the silent auction items. Like I said, I'm bidding on one of the silent auction items, but there's cool stuff there. Fashion, adventure, everything, food experiences, everything you can possibly want. So be sure to check it out. And thank you again to Kathy Flynn. What do we got coming up next, Chef?
Look at this. My chicken is ready. Look at that. Beautiful.
Look at you. You've got some kind of fancy super oven. And the rest of us at home are dealing with our GE oven, and you got some kind of Viking or Wolf or something like that. You're just showing off now, Chef.
It was done like in 10 minutes. It's pretty cool.
Very cool. I'm super impressed. Is that right? You guys call that a salamander?
We have a salamander, but it's a rational. It's a combi type oven, so it adds a little bit of steam in there. You can probe it, so once it comes up to 165, it's almost foolproof. Makes me look
all right. Good stuff. Well, so how long should I be giving this this couscous a run? How long should that go?
Mine is still working away here. It's not quite done there. It should be soft to the taste. So
okay. And that,
getting there.
Don't do is they taste their food.
Always.
That's important. You know what's
Absolutely.
also important is the Hingham Stones dropped in $360. And Hingham Stones, I want to look, but I'm pretty sure that we also got a contribution of $360. Was it the Steamboat Stones? I can't find it now back on my list. Where are you? There's 2 pages now, which is a wonderful thing. We've got 2 pages of donations, which is super awesome. And the Steamboat Stones, yes, in fact, gave 360. And now the Hingham Stones have given 360. You Stones, you've got some deal with 360. I love it. I'm so happy. 360 degrees. The love goes all the way around in the Stones family, and I really, really appreciate it from both the Hingham Stones and the Steamboat Stones tonight. So I'm going to taste my couscous. We're going to go back to Chef Gordon to tell you what we got coming up next.
Like you said earlier, Tom, there's some great auction items out there to bid on, right? So we donated a 2-night stay here at the JW Turnberry, and includes brunch for 4 at Corsair. So
what do you guys cook for brunch? Give me one of your brunch specials.
we have a concept, it's called a 52. So it's a buffet, but we do small plates. So we always have an eggs Benedict, we always have a French toast, we always have an omelet, but it changes every week. So if you come every week, you get 52 different versions of French toast or 52 different versions of an eggs Benedict. So it's pretty cool.
That sounds amazing. So I am not looking at the thing right now, but everybody out there, check it out on the silent auction at the JW Turnberry. It includes brunch, and it includes this incredible French toast experience. So my couscous is pretty done here. So what do we got going up next? We're doing the garlic and the scallions?
So we're just going to take some butter.
Butter. And what kind of heat should we be putting this on, Chef? Is this medium, high? What do you think?
You can put it on high. Just be careful that it doesn't, as it starts to melt, just be careful that it doesn't burn.
Okay. Oh, and you know who's burning right now? Caitlin Lenahan Balint, one of your local liver champions. Well, Caitlin, I don't know if I saw you in the trivia, but thank you so much for your contribution. Aaron Go Bra. I don't know what that means, but Caitlin, I really appreciate your contribution tonight. Let's see if we have anybody else in. The Hingham Stones were the last people in, and the Stones, where the love goes 360 degrees around. Awesome. So we got that butter cooking. It's melted now, Chef. What's the next step here?
So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to put the whites of the scallions in there.
Okay.
Right. And then this is also then when we're going to add in our garlic. So we can either just microplane it right in. And this...
Oh, and I'm just going to microplane it right into the bowl. Or the pan.
Yeah.
How about that? Awesome. Oh, this smells so good.
We're just going to sweat
now,
that out a little bit.
They often say saute the garlic until fragrant.
Yep.
And what's that mean? Are we just the moment you smell it, or does it mean something else?
You want to get a little bit of just a little golden color on it.
I'm trying to steal Gordon's shaking technique.
And then we're just going to strain off that couscous just to make sure it gets the excess water.
Smells glorious. I hope everybody out there, your kitchen is smelling as good as mine is right now. Thank you so much to Chef Gordon here and the JW Turnberry. Reminder that the silent auction is happening and that you can actually bid on a experience at the JW Turnberry with a brunch experience that Chef just talked about. It sounds amazing, and I hope that in addition to potentially hitting that button right over there and donating, you're also bidding in the silent auction and getting into that raffle. So we are now, am I going to put this couscous into the scallions and
just make sure you strain it so that all the water, any of the liquid is off. Once the liquid is off, then you can add it right into your
down. Look at that. All right.
Smells pretty good.
That smells so good. And I love the toasting because the color looks so good. Right? It's not just about the flavor, but that color looks really inviting.
Well, if you look at it in the picture of HelloFresh, it's a little bit pale. It's a little bit, this, I think it gives it a little bit better color.
Oh, it looks beautiful. All those colors in there. I love it. And now this is where I'm tasting for salt, right?
Yeah. Yeah. If you need to add a little bit of salt and pepper, if you need to add a little bit of olive oil, you can do that.
I'm going to add a little salt. Now, kosher salt is the hot thing, and then you see all these Himalayan salts and all sorts of things.
You just got to yeah, and I think if you use kosher salt, it's good. It's very consistent. Overly salty, especially if you're salting water for cooking in, it's perfect. It's good for seasoning. It holds up well. It's very good.
Chef, somebody's pranking me out there because it just shows up that Tom Stebbins, which is my name, is the person that donated. So I don't know if somebody donated on behalf of me. We're doing a great job. Keep it up. And Scott Sterling donate. So I think that's you, Scott, who's pranking me. I dig it. I appreciate it. That's hilarious. I saw my name on the donation list and made me feel pretty good, actually. And you all out there can feel good by donating tonight as well. Scott Sterling, I think, just did it. Thank you, Scott. We really appreciate it. And again, guys, we are really hoping to hit our goal. We're at 8,000 of 25,000. Let's get that to 10 tonight. If 20 of you out there can give $100 to support the American Liver Foundation right there, we can get to that 10,000 tonight because desperately we need to do that. ALF is obviously needs this money for all the great work that they do all year. And with that, I'm going to check on my chicken that's in the oven. What do you got, Gordon? What's next?
You get the carrots out, you're going to just taste again. Do they need maybe a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and then the lemon zest that we used earlier, we can just sprinkle a little bit of that over that beautiful roasted carrots.
I actually think I did this okay. HelloFresh made it easy. Gordon, you made it easy. I'm going to put it in for just a second longer to make sure that chicken's done. And I want to show you my cool mitt. What do you think?
Nice.
Pretty sweet. I hope you guys got one too. Awesome sauce. I have a hat as well. I didn't bring the hat right now. I should have probably cover up my moppy head. But again, guys at home, just see if we have somebody else that contributed. The last person to do it was me, apparently. But I expect it's you, Scott Sterling. I got a theory that it's you. But it's all for the American Liver Foundation, so I hope that you all can give tonight. So, Gordon, we've got our couscous. We've got our chicken. It's plating time, right?
Plating time, yeah.
Let's do it. So I'm going to grab a plate. I grabbed everything tonight, but I didn't grab a plate. Excuse my reach around my lighting rig here. And here we go. We are going to plate this, ladies and gentlemen. You are a gourmet chef. Everybody out there, thanks to our gourmet chef, Gordon Maybury, tonight. We really appreciate everything, Gordon.
All right.
Scooping.
We have everything.
Putting it on the plate. Oh, look at that. And where would you find Israeli couscous if folks wanted to buy this in the store?
You should be able to find it anywhere down here, Publix, Whole Foods, any Any store really should have it.
Okay. And would you find it? You said it's pasta, but would you find it in the pasta section?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Grocery store for 10 years because you get it all from the restaurant. You lucky, lucky man. All right, so I'm going to grab a spatula here. Oh, I need a metal one. Now, my problem is a little stuck to the pan here. Should I have oiled the pan? Would that be the way to go next time?
A little bit of oil or a little bit of spray, or you could use a little bit of parchment.
Chef, you use the spray?
You can.
I didn't know big time chefs like you use the spray.
We use any trick we can get away with.
I love it. I love it. All right, so I got all that chicken in, putting all the carrots in, trying not to make a mess. Chef, my plate surely doesn't look as good as yours. I got carrots coming off the edge. There it is. Unbelievable. Thanks to HelloFresh.
Don't forget your green scallions.
Oh, the green scallions. Good call. See, this is why you're a highly trained professional, Gordon. This is why. Oh, look at that. See, that really made it all. Woo. Now, any tips for getting the sprinkle nice and even? Oh, goodness, Gordon, you've sliced it and you are showing off right now. Love it. Well, do we have any more gifts tonight? The last one is still me. Well, I hope that you all out there have created a wonderful meal for yourself, for your family. And I hope that you give tonight. The giving will be open all night. And I hope that you do give to the liver family, the community that is the American Liver Foundation, the community that all of you out there represent. I hope that you do give tonight to help support that community. I also hope that you go to the silent auction. Text Cuisine 21 to 76278 to do that, to go to the silent auction. Also, while you're there, get into the raffle, buy yourself a raffle ticket, and hopefully win yourself an iPad. So that would be pretty cool too. This has been my absolute joy tonight. Gordon, any final words, anything you want to say with the sign off?
I tell you, just donated. It's an amazing cause. I've supported Liver Foundation. I participated in since 2012 out in Phoenix. When I moved back to Florida, we hosted the event here 2 years ago, so it's my absolute honor and pleasure for this event. It's an amazing cause, so please donate.
Thank you, Gordon. We really appreciate it, and I appreciate you stressing the need for donations tonight. I hope that we can get closer to the goal than we are right now. So remember, you can get us closer to that goal by clicking donate. But right now, you probably have a beautiful HelloFresh, Gordon Maybury inspired meal in front of you. So I will let you tuck in. Let me just say that the auction will remain open until 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It has been my sincere pleasure to join you for tonight's incredible event. And with that, I wish you bon appetit. I wish you a healthy liver, and I wish you a wonderful evening. Thanks so much.
Yeah, so I'll have to look at what quality we've got. Most of the stuff's been uploaded already.
And look for maybe like the best couple of minutes from hours